where the world looks to India as a next big idea. A warm welcome to all my judges and my dear friends. I am Rashmi, participating in National Jal Mitra Education Competition organized by Rotary Club, Siaga Road and Shabda Sahyadri Foundation. My topic for today is fashion and water pollution. When was the first time we thought about water? 5 years, 10 years or 20 years ago? And why? Why we are only dependent on government and large corporations to make a change? Can we individually not make a difference? Can consumers put a pressure on large-scale corporations such as oil and fashion industry to act responsibly? Yes. As we all know that our survival on earth depends on three basic resources, that is water, air and soil, nature's three valuable gifts to mankind. Water is important not only for the survival of human beings but also for plants, animals and all other living things. Unfortunately, severe water degradation has taken place. Today, the problem is not only of water availability but also of environmental quality and ecological balance. With increase of industrialization, urbanization and technology advance in all the fields, sources of water are getting more and more polluted. As we have hundreds of lakes and rivers in our country, but 90% of them are dangerously polluted with untreated sewage and industrial waste. Fast fashion makes shopping for clothing more affordable as it comes in cheaper cost. But does it comes at the cost of environment? Yes. Nowadays, fashion is called a multi-dollar industry. Many people are still unaware that the third largest polluter in the planet is fashion industry, as 98% of the clothing is made of synthetic fiber and only 2% is made of natural fiber. Many industries are using chemicals as their product. Like take for example, during the process of dyeing of clothes, a large amount of dye does not bind the fabric and hence the wastewater is discharged into the rivers with high amount of chemicals, untreated toxics, plastics, etc. The discharge of dye remains in the environment for a very long time due to high thermal and photostability and hence can enter the fresh water where the oxygen level is zero, no animals can live and no crops can be grown nearby. The industrial and sewage pollutants have killed thousands of lives. According to the World Health Organization, 70% of the diseases are due to impure water. The fashion and textile industry produces 10% of all humanity carbon emission and is the second largest consumer of water in the world. 200 tons of fresh water is needed to dye 1 ton of fabrics. Thousands of tons of garbage of clothes are burned on the land, polluting the water and air. Up to 85% of the textile is burned on the land every year. The land is getting dried up because of soil erosion and deforestation. But still, people do not care that they are the source of that pollution. In 2015, 79 billion cubic meter of water was used. There are billions of people in the world who do not have access to safe drinking water. As India is facing the worst water crisis in its history, it is a serious issue for the future generation to face and fix it. As it is said, wars can be fought for water in the years to come. Like, can you imagine wars being fought for water? As it is said, 95% of water is a sea light and 2.5 to 2.7% of water is locked in the glaciers and only 3%, that is just a small amount of water, is left for us, that is humans. Water is a very important resource base and if we destroy that, then that's the end of our planet. Our future market is expected to grow from $6.25 billion in 2019 to $8.25 billion in 2025. So are we planning and thinking? One big solution is that the industries should not be built near rivers and lakes. It can be a game changer if all natural products come in again. And there is no other nation in this world for the types of skills we have. The world would be better if all nations stick to the strict environmental rules. Like take for example, closing China's huge capital, iron and steel work, a major source of pollution, could cost 40,000 jobs. But if we fail to act over the years, the pollution could claim 40,000 lives. Therefore, the discussion here is not whether you need environment or economic growth, but rather how to balance both. To rephrase the question, we may ask, do we build a future or do we dig our own graves? I am sure all of you will agree that we need to build a future. I conclude by saying that drops of water makes an ocean. Similarly, drops of concern can make eco-friendly survive, and the event like this builds the way for such eco-friendly economic growth. Thank you.